Alright, what is going on, guys? Andy Games back here for the seventh season of Survivor Pirate Island. You'll see it right over here. Pretty excited for this one. Put some creativity into this. If you see up top, it's the Pearl Island theme, so there is a twist to the season, and that will be the first six people do have a chance to come back into the game if they win the challenge. They know this. Yeah. And the cast here, we got on each side two Australian players. First time we've done this since season 2, I believe. We doubled them though. So we got on the Buccaneer tribe, Abby and Lee here. And the Corsair tribe, we have Brooke and Matt, which I'm pretty excited for. We also have on this side, we'll say Jessica, or I believe her name was Fig, Boo, Gandia, Hope, Spencer, and the pirate from his original season. I thought you had to start here, Rupert. And then on the Corsair tribe is Bill, Lucy, Matt, Joel, Courtney, and Michelle. So, yeah, let's start into this, looking at alliances. Alliances on this side, we have the 3 women, it looks like, against the men and Abby on the side. Looks like a strong group here compared to them right now, but Spencer does not look as loyal. And then on this side, it's 3 different alliances. Courtney and Michelle are by themselves. Brooke, Joel, and Matt are together. The Australians took in Joel. And Bill, Lucy, and this Matt are doing their own thing, but this Matt doesn't seem that loyal. As we get to the immunity challenge, called Can and Carry, pirates had to protect the loot they plundered from the other pirates by moving from island to island. Transfer their utility, therefore the tribes will be demonstrating the same course of action located at the Snapping Duck Bay. Each tribe had a makeshift cannon, and they have to navigate through a series of hard obstacles and push them through 2 fences, then clear a path. And pretty much the first one, while carrying their flag to pass the finish line with all 8 members, went through. Corsair wins immunity here. They also win 50 waterproof matches, which I'm going to say the 2 big providers here are Joel and Matt. That more like, I don't know, feels like these 2 are more villainous already, but behavior of Figgy is rubbing the tribe the wrong way. I was right with her nickname. Alright. And then Matt and Joel bond slightly in their alliance. As we proceed to tribal council, all castaways vote. First vote goes to Rupert. The second vote goes to Gandia. Third vote's Gandia. Fourth vote, Rupert. Fifth vote, Gandia. Sixth vote, Rupert. Seventh vote, Gandia. Eighth vote, and the player leaving is Gandia. And a 5-3 vote. We can see how each of them voted, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I know that looks like the group of 3 stick together, and then the group of 5 did their own thing there, which is good for them. As we will then proceed to the next episode, proceed to the alliances. We'll see that Jesse and Hope are still together, as they're all strong together still. As they proceed to the other tribe alliance, the Corsair alliance, looking good. As we get to the reward challenge here, bountiful chest. Tribes have a treasure chest in the ocean that was missing 5 treasure items. Each tribe member, one at a time, had to dive down and retrieve an item that put it in their treasure chest. Once all 5 items are inside the chest, the tribes swim out to it and carry it ashore. First tribe to bring their chest back to shore would win. Which the Buccaneer tribe wins here. Lee and Rupert and Boo probably all picked that up. As their room reward here, they win the first of 3 pieces of a map hidden to a treasure chest on their island, which is pretty cool. They also sent one of their own to loot an item from the opposing tribe. And then we get to immunity here, all tied up. 3 tribe members from each tribe were tied to a raft by a rope that was being pulled by their tribe in order to pull the raft away from shore and closer to the clue. The tribe members sitting on the raft then untie themselves before freeing their teammates, going all the way down, and they would then have to take their clues to a rope shore and went into a circle, use the rope, create a dig spot. Once you find the right spot to dig, first person to dig out their flag won, which Corsair won again. I'm going to say again, Joel and maybe both Matts there help. Figgy isolates herself from the tribe. No one wants to align with her. Right for tribal. His behavior at Bill is rubbing people the wrong way. As we get into the votes here, first one goes to Hope, second goes to Hope, third goes to Hope, fourth goes to Rupert, fifth Rupert, and even though Jessie pretty much flat out said she didn't want to work with anyone, it looks like Hope's leaving here in a 5-2 vote. Maybe people seeing her as more valuable. It looks like between Figgy, they really don't like Rupert, but also Spencer could have been their vote, which is interesting there. Alright, as we get into the next alliance page now, it looks like the 5 of them are staying strong. Figgy's kind of just doing her own thing. As on this side, it looks like Brooke, Joel, and Matt are together, but this Matt left this alliance. Maybe it didn't show that. But yeah, now he's kind of on his own. As we get to the reward challenge, sprung a leak, sink the other tribes 2 boats, each with 3 people inside. Any way necessary. Once your own boat sinks, you're out of the challenge. Definitely poured a bunch of water in. Everyone probably worked together great here, as it's 30-30. 2 people sat on their side, so Buccaneer win the reward. They win a mattress, pillows, and blankets. They can also win a piece of the treasure map, so they got 2/3 of that treasure map now. And pull your weight. One person's harnessed to a rope above the water to hold them up for as long as possible. Every 5 minutes, the player pulling at the front of the rope must let go. I'm going to say the order was probably Rupert in the back, then Blee, then Boo, then Abby, then Spencer, and Figgy's probably hanging up just because I don't think Spencer would be hanging up there by the rope. As Boo and Rupert have a minor fight, it seems. Looks like Michelle and Courtney are going to work together as long as this game goes now, as they have a very strong alliance. As we go to Tribal Council, first vote goes to Michelle, second vote goes to Bill, third vote goes to Michelle, fourth goes to Bill, fifth goes to Bill, sixth goes to Bill, seventh vote goes to Michelle, and eighth vote in a 5-3. Bill will be leaving here, as he still has a chance to obviously come back, but we can see how their votes go now, as everyone kind of went with their own alliance, and the 3 and 1 work together a bit. Alright, as we go into episode 4 here, you can see these 5, again, they're still working very strong with Figgy. This alliance here are Brooke, Joel, Matt, and then Lucy and Matt. I guess they're not really friends anymore, but these 2 are very strong together. As we check the reward challenge and floated notes, grab 16 puzzle pieces buried in sand, tied up underwater, and then solve the puzzle. Which Buccaneers win the reward here? I'm going to say Spencer and Figgy did the work together, which then they win a sewing machine and material. They also win the last piece of their treasure map, so that means when they get back, they probably found their treasure. And then boarding party. Each tribe member would move 1 space at a time across a platform, try and get to opposing tribe platforms. If 2 contestants from different tribes block each other from moving, they will engage in a physical showdown. The first person to fall having to go back at the start. First try to get all the members opposite platform wins immunity. Buccaneers win immunity here. They can also kidnap a member of the losing tribe, which they will take Matt with 2 T's, which means he will not be able to be voted out. Very interesting of them to do. As now we can see the Corsair, they kind of lost some faith in each other, it seems. Their loyalty's down to 5. The castaways vote here. First one goes to Lucy, second goes to Lucy, third goes to Michelle, fourth vote goes to Michelle, fifth vote goes to Michelle, and the sixth vote. In a 4-2, Michelle leaves. That is very, very shocking, I must say. I did not expect that. Wow. As Courtney is now left alone. She likes Michelle less than Joel, so Joel seems like it would have been their vote. If not, but Lucy would have been alone there in a 3-1 vote. Alright, as we get into the 5th episode here, it seems that this 5 has been working great in challenges together with Jessie, or Figgy, I'm going to start saying. I'm going to start saying. Corsair tribe here, looks like these 3 are leading them, with Matt kind of doing his own thing. Courtney on her own, trying to probably make an alliance with someone now. Lucy kind of on her own. As this tribe is still looking strong here. Just as I was saying, Courtney looks like she's working with Lucy now, which is pretty interesting, as Matt's just kind of watching, seeing what goes on. Maybe he'll, string his way just to that merge and then try and find something to work with. As we go to the reward challenge, tribes must row one of the 4 floating crates where one person dives down. Matt is temporarily with the Buccaneer tribe, so he's competing with them, and they lose. So you gotta wonder if Matt lost on purpose with them. But runners have to climb with an idol, and the first runner to get to the top wins after a bunch of panels and puzzles. So Corsair wins here. They win a bush shower, toiletries, cooking pot, rain jackets, and 2 jerry cans. And they also get their first piece of the map as we get to immunity. As Survivor Smoothie, Jeff has a spinning wheel, which in this case I am Jeff, hello, of seafood and island-related items, which will be blended into a smoothie after they're spun up in a tie. Each tribe chooses one of the tribe's representatives for a tiebreaker, which involves 6 of the 12 items on the wheel. Buccaneer tribe wins here as Rupert, Lee, Boo. I'm going to say everyone. Everyone just did great. I'm sure. As now the Buccaneer Alliance seems to be very weak. There's a crack in it. Hopefully Figgy could use that to help her. And now these two are a very strong alliance. It seems from that challenge they gained a lot of faith in each other. As the first vote goes to Joel here. Second vote goes to Courtney. Third vote Courtney. Fourth vote Joel. Fifth vote Matt. And then in a 3-2 to 1, it seems that Courtney is out of the game, followed in Michelle. That's just interesting how 3 of them voted. But then seems Matt just voted for Matt. He likes Matt less than Joel and Courtney. At least he's honest with himself. Alright, as we get into the 6th episode, which is the last episode before the twist is revealed, and they already know about it, like we said. So this alliance is very weak right now, as it looks like Lucy and Matt now are working together against the 3 that they realize are just in power over here. As we get to the reward challenge of Ready, Aim, Fire. The 2 tribes must use cannons to hit 4 targets on the beach. The first tribe to hit all 4 targets wins reward. Where Corsair wins reward here. They win a grill, spices, lobster, and a steak, and also their second piece of the map. As we proceed to immunity, though, and it's shoulder to load. 3 members of each tribe will have a pole across their shoulders. Each round weigh 20 pounds will be added to the pole. The decision which tribe member gets the weight will be made by the other tribes. Last person left standing was me here. We're going to say Lee, Boo, and Rupert again. Actually, I'm going to say they gave Lee a break. He's a little older. Probably put Abby on there. And they won as Spencer, Figgy, and Lee are very smart players. Compared at least to, the 2 Matts there. And then the behavior of Lucy's becoming appreciated. And I'm sorry, Joel. They probably couldn't hold it as long. As the first vote here goes to Brooke. Second vote, Matt. Third vote, Brooke. Fourth vote, Matt. And the 5th vote is Matt. Matt leaves in a 3-2 here. As I thought Brooke for a second was going to be going there on the votes. Someone may have flipped on her. As episode 7 here. Alright, we'll get right into it. As the tribe here is very weak. And on this side, it's only the 3 with Lucy. Going into this, it looks like it's the pirate prison break, which everyone knows about, which they're going to be the Outcast tribe. If they beat one tribe, they'll go to tribal and vote a player off. The Outcasts will then vote one player back into the game. If the Outcasts beat both tribes, then the Buccaneers and Corsair will go tribal and vote both out. But if they don't beat anybody, all 6 are eliminated there. And it looks like the Buccaneers win immunity here. None of them will be replaced. As the Outcasts do win here, that means that the Corsair tribe will be going to the tribal council, and one of the Outcasts of these 6 will return into the game, which is pretty interesting when you think about it. It looks like they're very strong here, as they're going to go into the vote, and which sucks for Lucy here. It's going to be a 3-1, as Lucy you could see, has the pressure on her to get eliminated here and just be flipped out with someone. We know how they all voted, and we'll check the Outcast out, as it seems that Outcast gave a reason why it should be voted back in, but Michelle is back into the game, comes back in from her between her and Courtney, their alliance. As we go into the next episode, as we start this up now, we'll see that we're going into the merge, which will be the Doubloon tribe. Pretty cool, as we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Corsairs going against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Buccaneers. As we'll check how the alliances are looking. As you can see, the 3 have a very strong alliance there of 9, as these guys are looking weak up here. Original Buccaneers, original Corsair. And it looks like the Balloons alliance has already started. Spencer and Jesse and Abby are working with Michelle after coming back. Very interesting as immunity goes on. As we'll get our first immunity, we keep hauling. And for the first round, the castaways must jump from a pontoon into the water, pull themselves along a rope under the pontoon to opposite end without servicing, climb back onto the other side, and run back to the start. This is done in two of the rounds of 5. First 2 players in each to finish 2 laps move on, which I'll say will be Brooke, and then I'd say a good swimmer would probably be Lee. So then they must do 5 laps, and Brooke beats out Lee probably just barely. Very close. And yeah, we'll go to tribe events, as these 3 again say they're very strong. They're not going to vote each other out. As we get to tribal, first vote goes to Figgy, second vote goes to Rupert, third vote goes to Figgy, fourth vote goes to Rupert, fifth vote Figgy, sixth vote Rupert, seventh vote Rupert, eighth vote Rupert, and ninth vote, wow, ninth vote, and then a 7-3 vote. Rupert is betrayed by, it looks like, Spencer, working with Michelle, so that means probably Abby did it as well. As Rupert was a pretty good player, in my opinion. He was working hard, but yet it didn't matter. Rupert got voted out there. Doing a lot in the challenges, but let's see how they voted. As Abby, wow, so they went with their new alliance. Abby did. Joel voted, Figgy voted, Brooke voted. Looks like Lee voted for Figgy, and Spencer. So wow, Spencer and Abby backstabbing him. That is crazy to think about. As we're back, I'm still just like shocked. I feel like Rupert was playing good, but not making too many moves. He was just a great provider, and he fit the pirate theme great. But these 4 are still together, but these 3 are still very, very strong. As the original Buccaneers still have a number up. And our Doubloons alliance was made between Lee, Brooke, Boo, and Matt, it looks like, as we proceed to rewards. As signal fired, castaways must use a slingshot to break 3 plates hanging from masts in order from bottom to top, transporting fire to the crow's nest. So if you smash a plate out of order, they can't light the crow's nest. And Spencer does this. Win a reward. He wins breakfast on the yacht, and he takes Joel. I guess trying to make more friends out there. As Mixed Nuts is the immunity challenge, as the castaways must answer questions about pirate folklore, and Joel listens to the most correct answers, and he wins immunity here. As Brooke isolates herself from the rest of her tribe, no one wants to align with her anymore. Probably had a big fight, that means, with Matt and Joel. His first vote here goes to Michelle, second Michelle, third Michelle, fourth Figgy, fifth Michelle, sixth Figgy, and a 7-2 vote. Michelle is out. That's so shocking again, just because they just made an alliance. Abby and does that mean? Oh wait, they went with opposite numbers now. That's interesting. Wow. Okay. Just look at Michelle's out again. As we get into episode 10 here, we'll look into alliances. See that it looks like Spencer's out of this one and Brooke's out of this one. But the original ones are here, just showing the tribal lines as... Oh, never mind. Looks like the original Corsair is just not here anymore. I guess they all just broke up. So don't talk to each other anymore. As we'll get into the reward here, which is Rats in the Ringing, Shipwreck Obstacle Course in randomly chosen pairs, climb a fishnet to the deck, climb a cargo net to reach the rope, only one person pulls a bell over, another person rings it. Then it retrieves a rope, grappling hook, fishnet, deck, ring another bell, slide down the sail, release a rope, grab the bell ringer that drops, ring the final bell, and then 2 pairs each go, and then on the final rope must be chopped with a cutlass, I'll say a sword, to grab a key, open the treasure chest. Matt wins rewards here. Go deep sea fishing trip, and Spencer gets to go on another trip after backstabbing 2 people. As we go to immunity here. In Killer, blow darts, each player has their own section on the board, subdivided 1, 2, 3 life sections. Hit anywhere in your own section to become a killer, and then hit other players' areas to get rid of them. Joel wins immunity here is back-to-back, as the very weak alliance of these 5 is showing after, of course, Rupert got blindsided there. It's still shocking to me. As we get in the tribe here, first vote goes to Brooke, second vote Brooke, third Figgy, fourth Brooke, fifth Figgy, sixth Figgy, seventh Brooke, and another shocker in my opinion. I thought Figgy was going to go, but in a 5-3, it looks like Brooke is out here. See how each person voted, as looks like people tried to go with their alliances, but Matt and Joel just aren't breaking each other apart. But yeah, it's looking like that. 2 Corsairs, and there's 5 Buccaneers left. See how that goes. As we go in before we look at alliances here, just looking at everyone's games so far, I realize that I just always kind of explain everyone's games. Looks like Matt and Joel have been together the whole time, and then Brooke kind of split apart, feeling like the third wheel. So those 2 have had like the same mindset the whole game. Lee, definitely a strong competitor, including Boo there. They've both been trying to help on team immunities to give them the numbers into this merge. And they've been pretty loyal to each other. You know, Figgy was by herself. She's just trying to survive at this point, working with whoever she can to get to this point. When you look at Abby's game, I mean, she's played more trustworthy, in my opinion, than Spencer. But Spencer, I think he's here just to win. You know, he's trying to get that win, trying to show backstabbing is fine in this game. As we go into alliances, I think everyone's playing very strategic, except maybe Joel. He seems like he's more of physical thinking. As Abby, Boo, Lee are together, Joel and Matt here, the original. Looks like Spencer's out of this alliance here, as Abby and Figgy are together, and they're also together here again with Lee. And then Lee, Boo, and Matt are together. So it's very interesting how it's looking. As loved ones overboard, loved ones stand on a plank over the water, divided into segments. When a player and their loved one provide the same answer, players force any loved ones to take a step backwards, where Matt wins here. He wins an overnight stay at Balboa with a loved one. Very nice. As what do you make of this? Make 3-letter, 4-letter, 5-letter, 6-letter, and 2 7 or more letters. From Survivor Islands, it says, but here it would be Pirate Islands. No plurals, pronouns, they're not English words. And first one to do 20 words, Matt wins again, showing him and Joel are very strong physical threats together. As Abby and Matt have a major fight that could be their target. As we go into this, first vote's Figgy, second vote's Figgy, third vote Figgy, fourth vote Lee, fifth vote Lee, and then a 5-2. Very shocking again, in my opinion, but Figgy leaves. I thought maybe Joel would be targeted after winning all of his. As looks like the Buccaneer Alliance number 2 worked together here. Everyone was told different things, but it looks like it worked out that as Figgy and Abby voted Lee. So Abby did backstab Lee here. Could be bad for her game. Yeah, I think everyone at this point is just trying to play their own game, and it's working well for them. As we go into alliances here, looks like a lot of them are cutting down, as Spencer's not even in an alliance right now, as I guess everyone sees him as a sneaky player, don't want to work with him. His reward challenge goes on for water obstacle course. Obstacle course obviously in the water with trios that were randomly chosen. And with positions on the course and randomly chosen, one player must cross a floating beam from one platform to another, jump into the water, swim in 2 floating crates, untie a paddle, and swim to the platform. Then goes the second team member, must jump in, dive, and unlock 3 barrels. Third member goes in, and they all have to swim the shore then. get the boat back, and first team back was Abby, Joel, and Matt, so they get an overnight spa visit. And then we got Musket Love for Immunity Challenge. Castaways must use muskets to hit sails on the beach, causing them to burn. First to have all three of their sails hit by themselves or others wins, where Boo wins. As Matt and Spencer didn't have a major fight. Matt's definitely having fights with everyone, probably feeling like he's in a very powerful position. First vote goes to Matt. Second vote goes to Abby. Third vote goes to Matt. Fourth vote, Matt. Fifth vote goes to Abby. And the sixth vote, 4-2, is Matt here, so he will be leaving. As looks like these all work together here to get him out. As now there's 4 Buccaneers and only 1 Corsair, which is very interesting to me because it hasn't at least been what I thought, Anyway, we're back. I just completely cut that out to look at the alliances. It looks like it's really just 3 of them left. As let's give it another go, mate. Start and tie by a post by hands and ankles. Touchers must untie themselves, dig under a fence, and use ropes on a circle marked with a compass directions to figure out where to dig for a key. They will then use the key to enter a jail cell. Use the sticks and twine inside to make a pole. Grab a key outside the cell. Unlock the other doors. Grab a slingshot. Break 3 plates with bags and puzzle pieces attached. Pull on the ropes, grab bags. Joel wins again. He wins, look at that, a bunch of Pigfest, GMC, Panama, Joe Ruins, and he shares it with Spencer, the only other person not in Alliance right now. As then Corks and Keys, the contestants must fill their canteen with seawater, cross a balance beam without falling off, pour the water from the canteen into a tube, raising a key attached to a tiny float. They will then unlock the second beam and lower it. Repeat the process if they need to refill at any time. Must return to the starting platform. Joel wins immunity, his 3rd immunity. He's definitely using the muscles more in the head. As people, again, still aren't feeling Spencer out fully. As first vote goes to Spencer, second vote goes to Abby, third vote goes to Spencer, and a very strong player, but Spencer goes here in a 4-1 vote, which is pretty shocking when you think about it. I mean, he played a very hard game. I mean, so was Abby and Lee and Boo and Joel, I feel. They're all working very hard. As we're going into the finale here. See 3 Buccaneers and 1 Corsair. I think I was trying to say this is hard for Joel to make the finale than the season. It's also not, what we'd say. It's not a final 3, it's a final 2, so it's even harder for him to make. As we get into the finale more, we proceed to alliances, where it looks like Joel and Abby have a strong alliance going, but Boo and Lee as well, and then the original Buccaneer alliance still here. As we get to immunity, tribal draft, questions about pirate trivia and survival trivia were asked. Players compete individually as against the jury as a group, who must come up with one unified answer. 1 point per correct answer. First team / individual 5, where Boo beats the jury out, which is very good for him, known as pirate trivia. His behavior of Joel drove people the wrong way. Is going into the votes. The first vote is for Joel. Second vote's Joel. Third vote is Lee. And the fourth vote is Lee. As we have our first tie of the season here, as there will be a revote, as first vote goes to Lee, and the second one goes to Joel, which a tiebreaker will occur. And I guess the tiebreaker is fire making, because it just is a tiebreaker challenge. Yeah, a tiebreaker challenge. So, but a fire making, Joel leaves here, and it looks like, Abby really did change her mind on her team, which is very shocking in my opinion. As Abby, when you look at these 3 here, I mean, even when you look at Joel just played very strong, physically, not much mental. Spencer, he was, flipping sides left and right, and that's what Abby's doing too here. She's been flipping, but it's a very smart strategy as seems more friendly with everyone. As Spencer kind of just after did just like his move with Rupert and Michelle, he kind of just went on his own. I feel like Matt worked well with Joel throughout the entire season. Figgy was surviving, and Brooke kind of, after having so much power, realized she was like a third wheel, I think. and she kind of just backed down. And yeah, I think Michelle just tried to survive, and Rupert got blindsided because he was playing very strong. As we get into this finale challenge, looks like the lines are set as Boo and Lee are probably going to take each other, it looks like. As we proceed to immunity, set adrift, balance on a pontoon for as long as possible. Use only your hands and legs for balance. For Boo wins here. Boo wins immunity as it looks like they're very weak now, it says, as Boo gets to cast the only vote here, and the vote is for Abby here. And a 1-0 vote as it's like the two men make it to the finals here, which is very, very surprising how we started. I didn't know that there'd be so many like flippings on each other on tribals, but I mean, it makes sense. He went with his alliance as Boo and Lee face the jury, as we will get a winner here now, and the winner will be revealed in 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's a little different. First vote goes to Lee. Second vote goes to Boo. It's a 1-1. Third vote, Lee. Fourth vote, Boo. Fifth vote, Boo. And the sixth vote, and then the seventh vote, then the winner is Boo here. Boo Burness, the man who won so many challenges on his original season, working with this alliance and being the physical threat. I mean, worked to get him to the end, it looks like, as he got a 5-2 vote. Lee, just like I feel like in real life, he made it to the end. Maybe he just didn't have the best speech. That's my guess. I don't know. I mean, I thought they both played great games. I mean, Lee was a great character. In my opinion, Boo, Lee, Abby, they're all great characters. Spencer's a great one because he played the game hard. Rupert was great. Brooke was pretty good. I mean, Figgy surviving was pretty good. Matt and Joel, they kind of just were too physical, cocky guys. Michelle was pretty good. Lucy definitely got screwed. Let's see how each juror voted. Michelle felt Boo for the win. She felt Boo had a more balanced game. Brooke voted Boo because she felt Boo deserved the win for winning a lot of immunity challenges. Figgy and Matt both believed Lee played a very balanced game. Spencer voted for Boo to win. He felt Boo deserved the win for winning a lot of immunity challenges. Joel felt balanced game, and Abby said he won a lot of immunity challenges, which is very good for them, As we look at the fan favorite here, Michelle won it, which makes sense. She was voted back. She was fighting the whole season with her alliance that she felt was very strong in the beginning. As the winner is Boo, though, which is very good for him. We get to look at everyone. I mean, the tie challenge for Joel could have, if he won, this could have been possibly Abby and Joel then, and we don't know who'd win, but it's a very, shocking ending for them, obviously, as fifth place was Spencer. He probably was fifth in that alliance anyway, when you think about it in the beginning. I mean, the only person that went was Rupert for him, and that's because between Michelle, Brooke, Jesse, and Matt, and Joel with him and Abby, I mean, they flipped on him. Matt played pretty good. Jesse, I felt like she was just surviving for a bit, but it worked out. Brooke kind of gave up, it felt like, but it's all right. Michelle, fan favorite. Rupert, definitely up there, fan favorite. My opinion. He didn't even make the jury. Wow. Because of in real life, there was 2 pirates, so I guess he did not make it, which, that sucks for him, but he made it pretty far. Lucy, pre-jury. Matt, kind of gave up, it felt like. Gagne, just first vote. Hope, again, just the numbers. Bill and Courtney, very interesting votes there, definitely. But yeah, we'll go to the summary. Just real quick scroll through it because we know it. Most strategic, it looks like Lee, Joel, and Boo were, which Joel is not on there in my opinion. I think Abby or Spencer should take that spot. Get Joel and Boo off there. I think Spencer and Abby are on there 100%. Immunity wins, we got 3 from Joel, 3 from Boo. It was kind of a physical outright match. And Matt and Brooke both got 1 as well. Rewards, 2 for Matt, 2 for Abby, 1 for Joel, 1 for Spencer. And Michelle got the most votes with 14. And Boo never got a vote, so he could have had a perfect game if I want to say if he got those 2 votes, but I don't think he was ever going to get all the votes just because they played such different games, in my opinion. You think about it, but yeah, that was a great season from all these players. Um, Again, I think they all played great. I think a lot of the Buccaneers, except 2 of them, I think played very good games. And on the Corsair side, I think there's a good 4, 5. I'll say Brooke, Matt, Joel, Michelle, and Lucy played pretty good. But yeah, that is the end of the season, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. That was Survivor Pirate Islands, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.